Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Force Strategy Gaming. Today we will be taking a look at the Demon Hunter in the Diablo III beta. Welcome back, my friends. That's correct, Miss Demon Hunter. The Fallen Star is near. And welcome back to the D3 beta. Another look at the Demon Hunter. Just like we recently took a new look at the Barbarian, we'll be doing the same thing here with the Demon Hunter. It is going to be a full playthrough, and I will make sure to show you all the skills as they become available, and also different weapon types, so long as they drop.
I have journeyed here to find the Fallen Star and purge its evil from this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford.
More dead are coming.
Yes, they are. The dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back. They keep coming.
And I'll be showing you the initial skill, which is Hungering Arrow, as soon as we're done this little intro event. Take a quick look at that. Just dispatch these guys quickly.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates.
All right, so we start off with Hungering Arrow, which is as follows. Generates 3 hatred. Fire a magical arrow that seeks additional targets. Holding down control reveals. Fire a magically imbued arrow that seeks out targets for 85% weapon damage and has a 35% chance to pierce through the targets. Now we've got hatred and discipline as the 2 resources, and we'll take a look more in depth at that as we get more different skills. And just so you guys can see nice and up close, just a normal arrow. Got a nice little trail to it as well. But that is Hungering Arrow. I'll try to make sure we do that with all of the abilities. Give you guys a nice close look and explain it to you a little in depth. But now we go into the Slaughtered Calf Inn to talk to Leah.
Leah, is it? Rumford said that you survived the Fallen Star's impact.
I did, but it blasted my uncle, Deckard Cain, into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but watch out! The wounded are turning!
The wounded! It's like all those zombie movies. Get bit, turn into a zombie.
This is killing business.
Alright, level 2, as you saw. Let's get our next quest, though.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Then I shall put an end to them and secure your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Sounds good, we will. But first, I'm gonna go read your journal, like a huge creep.
We've been under siege.
Just because it gives me XP, though. And then we can take a look at the new ability that was just unlocked, which is right here. Alright, so you can see now I've got 2 active skill slots, so I can now have up to 2 available skills. We picked up Impale, which cost 25 hatred. So you notice this is a hatred generator, this is a hatred spender. Cost 25 hatred, throw a knife to impale an enemy. Awesome. It's actually 275% weapon damage. It's a lot of weapon damage. And we'll take a nice close look at this as well. Just hurling knives at people. Like a super ninja. Alright. Impale is a very, very strong single target DPS ability. I'm a big, big fan of it. And visually it's changed too. It didn't used to be a knife hurl like that. It used to just be like a normal arrow shot. I really like it the way it is now.
What can I do to help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Don't worry, I will avenge their deaths.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors. They're attacking the barricades!
Wretched mothers, vomiting up, risen. Terrible. Let's throw some knives, huh? Let's impale these fools.
My hatred is too low.
So what the way this is going to work, now as you can see here, if you take a look in the hatred there, it's going to generate by itself. But you can also speed that up by, you know, spamming your hatred generators. And then discipline is the other resource. Now there's no discipline generator. Discipline will regenerate on its own. But you do have discipline spenders. And again, that's much different from how it was initially, because initially there were no generators for hatred. The resource just always regenerated itself, and you just had spenders. And what that was causing was there's a lot of times where you were running out of the resource quite often, and you would just have to spam basic attacks. The issue with that you may be like, well, that's not, you know, you're supposed to run out of resources in an RPG. The issue with that is none of the other classes had that issue. All the other classes were always able to attack with a skill, a special skill. It was never the case where you were forced to just use a basic attack with the other classes. So
there must be a nest here.
So understandably, if it's going to be the case for all the other classes, they wanted to make that the same way for the Demon Hunter, because she was kind of feeling a little gimped compared to the other classes. They could always use high damage or special abilities. And that's just the way this game is designed. Let's see what we got here. Just regular undead, yeah. Nothing special in these guys. Do have some new gear that I want to check out though. Okay. Oh, 12. I will take that one. I don't know if you noticed, by the way, she is super naked. It's more than regular naked. Wearing a corset and thigh highs, man. How is that supposed to be good for what we're trying to accomplish here? Can't imagine it's helping her very much. Regenerate 1 life per second, absolutely. Sure beats nothing. Now, the Demon Hunter was initially a class that I really didn't enjoy during the beta. And we're talking, you know, last fall when this initially came forth. I'll check the corner over here, see if there's, there we go. So, when we first got access to the press beta last fall, I think it was in September. I'm pretty sure. It was late August, September, I believe. And the Demon Hunter, once more, like I just mentioned, there were no hatred generators, all only hatred spenders. A lot of the time when you were fighting with the Demon Hunter, you were just spamming basic crossbow attacks, as it were. And it wasn't that enjoyable, but since they made the changes and even small tweaks, like Impale used to just look like a regular weapon fire, and now it's a knife throw. And that may seem silly to be something that actually makes a difference, but it does. And I mean, Blizzard obviously feels that same way because they made a change. It feels more distinct, and it's also just massive damage, which is another good reason to use it. All right, so another level means new abilities. 2, in fact. We picked up Evasive Fire and Caltrops, so I'll take a look at those with you. All right, so first and foremost, Evasive Fire. This is going to be another hatred generator. Generates 4 hatred. Now you can also, it also costs 4 discipline if you backflip, and we'll go into the parameters for that. So fire at an enemy and perform an evasive backflip if the target is close. Now, 115% weapon damage is what the shot is for. So it's a bit more than Hungering Arrow damage, although Hungering Arrow can pierce enemies, so it can hit, you know, multiple enemies. Now, if the enemy is in front of you at close range, you will also backflip 15 yards, and if that occurs, then you will also spend 4 discipline. So that's how Evasive Fire works. We'll go ahead and set that up, and we will also take a look at Caltrops. Cost 8 discipline. Place a trap that snares and slows enemies. Lay a trap of Caltrops on the ground that activates when an enemy approaches. Once sprung, the Caltrops slow the movement of enemies within 12 yards by 65%. This trap lasts 6 seconds. So we will also pick up that. I want to show you both of those abilities, how they look. They're on a 30-second cooldown because that is how skill swapping is working now, and now I can just auto-attack, basically. But there we go. Evasive Fire is now available. So it is more single target damage than Hungering Arrow. However, it does not pierce through enemies. That's the trade-off there. You don't have the chance of hitting multiple enemies. And what's the percent chance? Was it like 35 or something? Yeah, so it's pretty high. I mean, that's, you know, about 1 in 3 targets that you hit are gonna pierce through and possibly hit another opponent. So it's actually makes it fairly decent, especially for small, tight-knit packs like we just saw here. I do, of course, want to show you that backflip, so let me get up nice and close to an opponent with the next one there. Here we go. So once we're close, there's going to be a backflip, and it's going to spend some of my discipline. That's how it works. So this is a good way, instead of having to snare opponents to keep them at bay, you could use something like Evasive Fire And it doesn't matter if they're slowed up or not, because once they get close, you'll be able to backflip, so long as you have the discipline to do so. If I ran out of discipline, then the backflip would not occur. Now, Caltrops, she's outranged, not really a melee enemy, so I won't use it on her, but this next, I think I got a group of melee guys over here,
Diablo's evil
which we can use it on.
lingers here.
Alright, so I'm going to drop this on the ground, and you'll see how this works. So I just throw this on the ground, and I can throw as many as I want. I just put it all over the place, and that's a nice little snare there for him.
Not enough discipline.
Oh no. I was trying to save my discipline. Cost a fair amount of discipline though, so you gotta make sure that you have it. There's another one. There you go. So just put those guys through, and then while they're slowed up, pick them off one at a time. I was kind of being evasive before while dancing around them, but not really necessary. Alright, those guys are taken care of. And we got another crossbow. This is another one-handed crossbow, so now we are dual-wielding crossbows, which I do not think is physically possible. But doubles my FPS, I'll take it. Frames per second? No, I mean FPS. It does not double my frames per second. Not at all. That's funny. Alright, let's take a look down here. Don't expect much. Ooh, treasure pygmy. Or goblin. Oh, gotta get over here. Gotta shoot him. If I lost him, that would have been really embarrassing. Snare those guys while I pay attention to him, and yeah. Ooh, and we got another crossbow. Excellent. Beautiful. Now, as you can see, Caltrops at this point in the game is kind of silly. I do want to go back to my Impale, because I'd rather have another damage dealer right now than... Because it's not necessary for me to snare those guys up. They're just so early on in the game. So I will go back to that, and we'll just make that swap right now. I'm going to go back to Impale, but that's how Caltrops works. And that is likely to be something that you will use once you have your full 6 active skill slots. At the moment, with only 2 skills available at any given time, it's not until 24 that I can have all 6 skills filled up. Then I don't, I'm not going to take an AoE snare over a damage when I only have 2 possible skills to use. I'm definitely take the, especially not just a damage, huge amounts of damage. 275% weapon damage, that's gigantic. And we did get this new weapon, so we're going to replace that one with that. And here we go.
Thank you for your help, but could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him.
Let's speak with Leah.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to ADRIA'S hut. The key must still be there.
Back to ADRIA'S hut. I'm sure you guys remember Adria. If you've played any of the prior Diablo games.
Let me open the gate.
Now we just picked
Adria
up
was my
an
mother,
exceptional
but I don't know much
short
about her.
bow.
She died when I was very young.
And I
Uncle
think this is
Deckard.
going to drop my
What of your
DPS
father?
overall. No,
I'm
it does
told he
increase
was a
it.
great
Great, let's
warrior
do this
who
then.
was lost when
I would like to
Tristram
show
fell
you
to the
guys
demons.
bow fire. I mean, it looks practically the same. But this is two-handed. And that was an increase in DPS, actually, as it turned out. So I'm glad I grabbed it. So here is, I don't think anyone, I don't think I've ever seen someone playing the Demon Hunter actually use a two-handed bow before. Like every single video or anything that I've ever watched,
Hidden cellar.
it's
Follow
been with
me.
the crossbows.
Your
And that's
mother
fine,
had
that's like,
her
the
secrets.
crossbow's supposed to be the
Said
Demon
she
Hunter's
was a
signature
witch,
move,
but I never
signature,
believed it.
you know,
Captain
weapon,
Dalton.
but come on, what about ye old bow and arrows? Let's impale him. Make this quick. Look at that. Once we got the Adventurer's Cloth Tunic. Awesome. Extra XP for monsters.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me.
All right. Now, so Adria's a witch. Ta-da! And with the level, we do have a new ability. Picked up Bola Shot. Okay. Generates 3 hatred Fire a bola, wraps around a target and explodes. Specifically, shoot at an explosive bola that wraps itself around the target. After 1 second, the bola explodes, dealing 100% weapon damage as fire to the target, and an additional 75% weapon damage as a fire to all targets within 7 yards. So there you go. It's going to be less single target damage, but we do have that explosion that does damage to people around whoever you target. So we're going to grab that so I can show you how it looks.
Need more time.
However, that is on cooldown. Can't use it quite yet. See it in a minute. I'll let you see it as soon as you can.
Not enough hatred.
30-second cooldown. It's a killer. I think it's a good compromise though. Instead of having to go back to town for the Nephilim altar, which is how that's how you were forced to swap skills prior to the most recent changes in the beta, which I found more annoying. I'd rather just still be able to fight, even if it's just using being locked out of one of my skills because I switch it for 30 seconds. That's a fair trade to me. There's a bola shot, guys. There it is. So you see there's a delay on the damage. It takes a second, quite literally 1 second. But then it explodes and it'll hit anyone within 7 yards. You have to be relatively close to get affected by that splash, but I mean, look at this. Like, this is pretty awesome right now. It's working very well. This is going to be especially, obviously, too, to keep in mind, all these abilities based off of weapon damage. Two-handed weapons are typically going to be better than two one-handed weapons in terms of that initial damage. You're obviously, the trade-off is you attack a lot slower, clearly, but since everything is based off weapon damage, those two-handed weapons do more damage, so that's really, again, one of those really, I said something like this in the Barbarian video, just a very basic RPG type of thing that I'm sure pretty much everyone watching this video knows, but I figure it's worth at least mentioning. So much damage, oh yes. I'm liking the bola shot right now. And let me give you guys that close range view of it as well. I like to do that, so you guys can see how that looks up close. Great. Let's keep this up here with bola shot. I'm actually quite impressed with how it's how efficient it's being right now. And you can throw multiple bolas on a single target, so if they don't die in that first explosion after a second, that first delayed explosion, the second explosion will hit them as well. Go. No. That's funny. Guy dropped loot at the same time. Clicked on him just as that thing dropped. All right, so here we go. Got a little group clumped up here, so we'll throw down some of these and get some splash damage on these guys. And throw a knife and impale them when need be, because impale's a heck of a lot more damage than this thing is. Ah, nice big group. Oh, this is awesome. Here we go. Just kind of go back and forth. They all keep clumping up. So this is a great example of perfect targets for something like that. Slow groups of enemies that like to stay tight and packed together. That type of enemy, those Risen, because what they do is they try to stay tight together so that when they get close in melee range with you, they kind of get a full surround on you, and they allow casters to be able to hit you because you're kind of trapped. Obviously, you fight your way out, but that's also just like the skeletons in this game, the small group of melee warrior skeletons. They do the exact same type of thing. Exact same thing. This is a great barrel breaker, too. It all barrels around you. I didn't even think about that. See all sorts of wonderful uses. Now, you just saw I picked up a shrine. Let me speak on that for a moment. I got this. Take less damage from attacks. So it's a blessed shrine. It's the one that we just grabbed. Not a whole lot. I doubt any of these are going to be not nearly as good as my current one. Grab 2 of those. There we go. I thought 2 would have done it. Looks like I'm going to need 3 for these guys. Quite enough damage with 2 back simultaneous bola shots. It requires 3. Why am I wasting time grabbing that gold back there? That is silly. Waste of time in a let's play, or whatever you want to call this. Gameplay playthrough. It's probably what I'm gonna call it. Alright. So again, another perfect group here. Just hurl these things in there. Get them all pretty quick. And that guy, wow, didn't stand a chance. 2 impales. Do the trick pretty quickly. Nothing there. These ones aren't as good for a bullet shot, just because they don't typically clump as much up. However, you can see as they're chasing you, they will. So that's something that you can use to your advantage. Try to get them to chase you in a single line. And all right. So what we're gonna do here is watch this. These grotesques, they will blow up, and they will even destroy. They will even hurt their friends if they're within range of them exploding. So I try to blow him up when they're in a group. Why am I not being able to hit him? Okay, well that was completely worthless. That was not what I was trying to do at all. Not even remotely what I tried to do. But it is all right. It is just fine. Something for our stupid wizard. It was asked numerous times that I do not do hand-me-down gear. Obviously, I could have taken gear from my barbarian playthrough and given some of the better gear to the demon hunter, and it would have been great. It would have worked just fine, but not happening. Because people want to see the game from scratch. If you don't have the game, that's what you want. You want to know what to expect from the very start, the first time you ever play it. This will be a good indication as to what to expect. Now, even for people, you know, as soon as you pick up a second character in alt, you will be doing hand-me-down gear. There's no reason not to. I guess the only real exception would be if you say you start off playing on normal and then you do a hardcore run-through after the fact. Obviously, you can't hand down gear from that. You cannot switch gear between hardcore and softcore characters. That's not an option. Do we have any gloves or anything like that right now? No. Pants with a little more armor. Nothing that makes a gigantic difference, but every little bit helps, right? Alright, so that's where we initially came from. Don't know why I went that way. Let's go over here. Wow. Cannot have asked for a more perfect ending to their lives. And I really am doubtful right now that this is the correct area. I think it's going to be that upper north area. That's fine though. We'll investigate, nevertheless. Slay some bats, some carrion bats. What is this guy doing? Oh. Those adventurers always die. I've never seen a single one of those things live. Not meant to. For sure, it's just supposed to be like, hey, look at these things. They're dead. Take a look at these. Take a look through here. There still could be a chance. Wow, none of those gates popped, huh? That's funny. Some more bullet shots. AoE. They came out quick.
My training has paid off.
And level 5. Excellent. Let's see what we got next, guys. Rapid fire. All right. That's exciting. Let's see what rapid fire is all about. Rapid fire, costing 10 hatred, so another hatred spender. Continually fire a stream of arrows. Movement breaks concentration and decreases hatred. Now, cost 20 hatred initially and an additional 10 hatred while channeling. Rapidly fire for 228% weapon damage as physical. Now that is less damage than Impale. But of course we will take a look. And this is the right area. Excellent. Perfect. Nothing. You never get anything good from these stupid barrels. Never. Not once. Picked up random gold pieces and other stupid stuff. And here we are. The Orc's Passage.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this ledge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones.
Leoric, please stop being so dramatic. It is very unnecessary. Time to save Deckard Cain. Yes, it is. Let's rapid fire from up here. Oh, there it is, guys. There's rapid fire. Look at that thing. Just firing rapidly. How that missed every single one of them. Wow, way to hit the edge. All right, so we'll take a close look. We got to do this little fight first, though.
Cain, I'm here to rescue you.
He's gonna throw down a few bullet shots on these guys. Got a few of them in the first hit. Oh, one of them at least. And let's get a big group here. Yep, there we go. Rapid fire. Rapidly take them out. That is really awesome. All right, we got Adventurous Sash too. Grab that. Extra XP or health regeneration. I think I'll actually take the health regeneration that I currently have. I think I'm content with that.
Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
Leah asked for my aid. She will be relieved to see you again.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well.
Wow.
I fear the
Rapid
worst.
fire is amazing.
I learned of this secret.
We'll take a zoomed up look right in here. Let me
We
grab this
must
chest
discuss
first.
The fallen star.
Basic
Follow
stuff.
me to Tristram.
Very, very basic stuff here. Yeah. All right. That's a good place to take a look at rapid fire here. Ooh, masterwork. It's not going to be any good. Okay, so let's get in the open area. Guess we can just do it right here. All right, ready? Rapid fire. Here it is. So cool. How exactly is she able to fire these many arrows, though? That's the question. I need to see that quiver. I've got to see that quiver. They must be gigantic. Leah.
Uncle, you're alive.
Thanks to you and your friend here.
I have but one request of you. What do you know of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Deckard.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
A tragic story, but I cannot reach the fallen star until I face him.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts.
All right, time to go see Hadrig. First, though, I think that they do have some, supposed to be, there's a few tiers of the journals for Deckard and for Leah. And here we go. Yeah, Leah's got another tier.
Uncle Deckard is...
Journal part 3 there, actually. Let me go check if Deckard's got one in his house, too. Now, before we go see the blacksmith, I will also sell some of my inventory, see if they have any decent weapons for me to pick up. Here's Deckard's book.
We have come at last.
Right there. Forrest, why are you skipping those things? Said in the Barbarian video, I'll say it again.
From the east shall come
I have got a full Let's Play of lore
You should take a look.
on when I played the female version of the Barbarian. So if you search my channel or you just search on YouTube for that, you should be able to find it was a full lore and conversation walkthrough, and I was able to kind of show you guys that stuff there. But in these, I just listen to the basic story. All right, I don't want to grab any of these. I was just looking for a either crossbow or bow, and he's got neither at the moment, so I'm not going to bother with that. We will check. There are two other vendors chilling out around here, though, so check with them really quickly.
You've got to promise
Okay,
me
so
you'll
he
take
doesn't
good
really
care
have.
of whatever
Again,
I
he's got
sell
some
you.
armor, but I'm
Leah
not
spent
too
all my
concerned about
calls
that
on
at the
the
moment,
blacksmith's
and I am
farm.
saving these to salvage them with the blacksmith
hear?
eventually.
Rumford has us down to
Okay, we got one more merchant, and then we'll talk to the
Look,
blacksmith.
I'm happy to
Here
sell
we go.
you.
So that's
But
only
you got to
6.4
promise
though.
not to tell anyone
It is
where you
one-handed
got
though,
these
so
goods
two of
from,
those
okay?
could actually be higher damage. Plus, yeah. Let me grab two of these. Actually, wait, what is this? 9.1. Sure, yeah. Let's take this. Let's take this. That's a good one. All right, awesome. Hadrig.
Blacksmith, Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. That's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten.
I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
Sometimes death is the only mercy we have left. I will help you.
Let's help Hadrig kill his wife. She's been busy zombieing about. Wow, look at that glow there. That's from the life conversion. Kind of a vampiric looking enchant on that. Quite awesome. All right, guys, here we go. Rapid fire.
My friends,
Getting some life back here.
Sorrow won't save your town, blacksmith.
That is that ability. It's so good. Do I even have a belt right now? Yes, I do. That is ridiculous. Wow. Here we go again. Some more OP. And then we get low on hatred, so we generate it back up with some bola shots. Great.
Mira, my love, forgive me.
This lady's not gonna stand a chance.
Hadrig!
Just chill out in the corner. And then laugh. You guys ready? Ready to chuckle? Oh, Mira Eamon. Nice to know ya. That was pathetically easy.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hadrig Eamon.
Nice to know you, Hadrig. Alright, so apparently walking away, well, I knew this, but walking away will cancel that conversation. All he says is where we need to go, which is to the cemetery. That's where we're going. Where I'm excited, though, because I am just about to hit level 6. And at level 6, you get the next skill slot available. So I'll be able to have 3 active skills at a time at that point. Obviously, with that level 2, we unlock some more skills. And rapid fire, man. I'm sure you guys are just as impressed by that. That's just beautiful looking. It's got some distance too, huh?
My hatred is too low.
I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the animation though. There's just something that seems a little off from it. Not bad. I wouldn't mind some tweaks. Oh, I mean, I guess, you know, there's also, of course, rune stones, which aren't coming into effect in the beta, which the spell will look differently depending on how you rune it. New active skill slot, as well as a new skill. Our new skill, Vault. Costing 10 discipline, tumbles acrobatically to avoid attacks. 35 yards is how far we tumble. Let's grab that. You guys ready? There's Vault. Going to be an absolute pivotal ability for PvP. I always try to relate these abilities to PvP just because that's really what I care about. It's going to be really, really important to have that in PvP to stay away from melee. No question about that. Why are you? Get back here. I'm going to vault right towards you. And rapid fire you down. I picked up Knuckles, which is terrible because that's only for Monk. And of course, in all of this, we bypassed 100 guys. Go back here and take these out. And that last guy right there. And a Frenzied Shrine. That's going to be attack speed and crit bonus is what we pick up from that. This is a really good spot for rapid fire. Bat him out of hatred. Do some bola shots. Let's pick up all this gold and such, huh?
You won't survive that.
Yep, they didn't. Oh, there's one left. There we go. Vault's back. I love Vault. It's so good. Yeah, as I stated earlier, I am turning out to be actually a pretty big fan of the Demon Hunter. And it kind of scares me because now I'm at the point where I am actually a fan of all of the character classes. And that scares me because I feel like I'm going to have to play them all once the game comes out. Man. My main is and always will be the Barbarian, though. Just because it's so awesome. That's the greatest class. Smash things in the face, stomp on the ground, and destroy everything around you. How can you not love that? You can't not love it. It's impossible.
Not enough hatred.
I'll show you hatred. I have hatred for you saying that. That should generate more hatred. That's silly. That's silly to say, Force. I knew. Alright, we got a group over here. Behind me. Kind of playing ring around the rosy with this. Going from one to the next, to the next, to the next. Where did he come from, by the way? That's weird. So I like having Vault right now. I like having the mobility. Same thing at level 6 with the Barbarian. You know, you unlock that next skill slot, but you also pick up the Leap.